in her article. It says the cheapest electric vehicles, and they're all still too expensive. And there's some truth to that, but we're going to go ahead and get into this. I like this article, and this is, you know, pretty good because there's a lot of EVs. There's actually 51 EVs for sale in the United States now. And, if you don't want to spend too much money, 'cause there's plenty, we all know that there's plenty of expensive ones that are 80 to $150,000. But here's where we can kind of start. So the Chevy Bolt EV is the first one on our list. And this is a big one from General Motors. So anyways, we've got a starting price of just 26,500, EPA range of 247 to 259 miles, good commuter vehicle, very inexpensive, and it's also eligible for your federal rebates. You start buying one of these in Colorado or in California, and you've got a pretty cheap automobile. You're going to save about almost 45% off, potentially, say 40% discount with the federal rebates next year. Going to be really exciting to see how the prices of some of these, how well some of these sell, particularly in those states. The next one is the Chevy Bolt EUV. Now, the difference here between the Bolt EV and the EUV, this one is just a hair more expensive at 27,800 and a range of 247. It's the same front wheelbase, but the back wheelbase is lengthened to make room for more space in the back seat. Our third entry is the Nissan Leaf. And I actually thought they'd stopped selling these in the United States for some reason, but this is one that's always available to buy inexpensively used, that's for sure. Doesn't have a crazy range, $28,140 price tag, EPA range of 149 to 212 miles. It's nice looking though. I love that color here on the Leaf. That certainly uh, is a nice look. Anyways, the longer range Leaf gets 212 miles on a full charge. Now, here's one. I've been a fan of the Mini Coopers. Okay, not so much necessarily as an EV, but they're really fun car to drive. It's really like a go-kart driven. They corner like nothing else. It's really fascinating to see. They're sharp-looking cars, and even for a really tall guy like me, it's not hard for me to drive one. They're really well designed inside. The British have been making these for like 60 years or something like that. I mean, it's crazy how long they've been around. And Mini's a BMW owned company. Anyways, starting price of 30,900. Here's a kicker. It only has a 114-mile range. So we're really just going to use this more as a local daily driver. It's still quite good for that. Uh, let's see. Now, this one is actually a hybrid. It's a plug-in hybrid, the Toyota Prius Prime. So when we think of EVs, we're generally thinking of just of the pure battery vehicle, but the Prius Prime starts out at $32,000 and it has an EV range of only 48 miles, but it also has gas. So if in the event you need more than that, you can just go fill up at the gas station but you can charge it at home, so you still get all the benefits of having an electric vehicle, but you also have the backup of the gas power, and so you can drive it on easier on road trips than you can with a regular EV. Next, we got the Hyundai Kona Electric. Not a bad looking vehicle there from Hyundai. Let's see what we've got here. Price of 33,550, EPA range of 258 miles, and is technically it's a subcompact SUV, has more room than a sedan, but it's a little tighter than a normal SUV. Next, we got the Mazda MX-30. Not a bad looking vehicle by any stretch. 34,110. And once again, it's only got a range of 100 miles. And it's 0 to 60 in 9 seconds. That's pretty slow for an EV, pretty slow for a gas-powered car too. So this may be a little bit limiting for some drivers, but it is a bit more spacious. So it does give you some more room than some of the other ones. The next is the Volkswagen ID.4. let's see, 38,995, 209 to 275 mile range. We're starting to creep up closer to the $40,000 price point here. Let's see. It's a compact SUV option that surprisingly comes in at number 6. Volkswagen isn't known for being cheap. The 2023 introduced a more affordable standard trim, making this car more affordable for the average consumer. Now, I bet you didn't imagine you'd see the Tesla Model 3 on here, but it's interesting to see because currently it's only 38,998. The base range version with rear-wheel drive has a range of 272 miles, and you can get them all the way up to the long range of 358. And it's also eligible for all of the rebates here in the United States, which makes it even more attractive. Once again, you start looking at California or Colorado, where you're getting $12,000 of rebates or 12.5 in rebates. You're taking a big chunk off of that price. You're taking 40% discount on that car. Kia Niro EV, not bad looking either. Nice look to it. 40,875 at 253 miles of range. Kia doesn't have a great reputation for quality, but they made some improvements here. Positioning as a powerful competitor in the affordable electric car market. Is a hatchback, has decent electric range, making a great option for daily driving. Now here's another hybrid, a Ford Escape plug-in hybrid. So we've got a SUV here. It's only got an EV range of 37 miles, but once again, it's got the gas power as well. Starting price 40,500. Once again, you plug this in at home, get your 37 miles juiced up. And when it's only that much, you don't even need a special charger for that. So it's kind of a nice setup, but you need to rely on gasoline if you're driving more than 37 miles a day. The Hyundai Ioniq 6. Let's see what we got here. 42.7 and 240-mile base range. That's pretty nice. It's most comparable to the Model 3. You can choose from standard long range, rear-wheel drive, or all-wheel drive options. The long range also has up to 320 horsepower. Then we got the Ioniq 5. Let's see, 42,785, just a little more expensive. Another model is comparable to the Kia EV6 and offers long-range options and quick charging capabilities and can tow 2,300 pounds. So anyways, those were the 13 vehicles for this article. And I thought that was pretty good. A lot of those vehicles are eligible for the federal rebates, which, as I've mentioned before, starting next year, you'll be able to take those rebates in January at the dealership. So you won't have to wait till you get file your taxes the next year. So that's going to definitely help out a lot of people in buying cars. One of the things is interest rates have gone up. So car payments are tougher because of interest rates. And the idea of raising the interest rates is to prevent sales with financing, or to make it less attractive. And so the idea there is to slow down inflation. So what's happening is we are seeing some price rollbacks in the prices of cars as a result of this, which has been good. But at the same time, interest rates are really out of sight, and the tax rebates will certainly help with that. Anyways, as usual, if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe so that we can keep making more videos like this. Otherwise, I hope